Hey everybody, I'm Adam,
I'm Michael.
and we're Borden, Ohio.
Again.
And today, despite our surroundings, we are still Borden, Ohio, just a different part of Ohio.
Yeah.
We've gone on ourselves a little cabin trip, as two grown men do, to go out and, reconnect with nature and be like manly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're totally not just sitting in the cabin watching movies.
No.
And eating food like we're college kids that don't know how to cook for ourselves. That's not what we're doing at all.
And then drinking ourselves until
We're
it's
not drinking.
until it's sleepy time at 11 o'clock at night.
We came out here just kind of hang out, get a little change of pace. Brought the gear on the go because we can't let you go without a podcast. And I think we're going to shoot a little short film later. Nothing dirty.
That kind of short film.
Get your mind out of the gutter. Plus, you don't see this. You don't
Wait, this or both?
either.
You don't want to see
these
this.
two masses just
You don't want to see this inside this,
hitting.
that inside that. Yeah.
No, gross.
All right.
But given the occasion that this is a little out of the norm, we decided to do something a little special. We have a little concept we're going to make up a little story on the fly.
Yeah.
We got our mug of genres. Michael is going to tell us make up a horror story on the fly about a cabin weekend. Do you want to you have opposition to what I'm saying?
I don't have opposition at all. I just immediately start trying to think, okay, I got to think of something not so common as everything else. Like the typical.
Well, what's going to make it interesting?
Yeah.
Is I'm going to pull one of these random genres out of this mug of destiny, and I'm going to have to blend that genre to the story that Michael is telling, or like steer you, or like maybe I'll just completely interject and be like let's say I get heist.
Yeah.
You're like, a group of friends go to the cabin. Actually, it's a group of bank robbers hiding out from the police. And then you can continue.
So you're going to give me the setup from the genre, and then I have to continue what the horror story is going to be about.
How do you want to do it? Do you want me to just contribute to the story, or do you want me to be like the director giving you notes? That's it'd be like any Hollywood film where we're like, nah, need more jokes. And they're like, but it's a drama. Nope, need more jokes.
Need more jokes and a big robotic spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you want it? Do you want me to be a story contributor or a executive giving notes?
I kind of thought we were going to do it like we normally do it, which is you or I have come with an idea, and say, hey, I've got an idea for this thing, and then you and I kind of bounce back and forth with it.
I'm good with that format.
All right.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Hopefully this doesn't take too long because it's going to get cold in this cabin.
Yes, it is.
All right.
it's already getting cold.
Yeah. Had to turn the furnace here is loud.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I just remembered?
What?
We left horror in there while we were.
Well, if horror's in here, I'm gonna.
It's gonna be a horror about a horror.
A horror.
Tell me you get horror. Tell me.
Okay. No.
Oh, all right. So, Jesus Christ.
Once upon a time.
Well, give me a second here. Okay. I wasn't. I didn't expect it was going to have to pop and jive so quickly. Let's go with a. Once upon a time, there's this grandpa who doesn't get to spend a whole lot of time with his two grandchildren, male, female. Obviously, let's go with male, female. The girl is 12. Her little brother's 10. Grandpa is getting up there in age, though. He doesn't get to spend any time with the kids very often. So, because he lives in another state, so he basically works out during the summer vacation. Talks the parents into, let me just have the kids for a little weekend. Picks up the kids, takes them out to a little cabin out in the middle of nowhere they rented. There's a little bit of a pond, which isn't too small. Not like a pool, obviously. It's a little bit bigger, but not like a full-size type lake is there, so they could do some fishing. There's a little canoe boat that's leaned up against the shed that's by the cabin. And They have to catch the majority of their own food. He's going to teach them how to hunt and skin stuff too.
So it's almost like Grandpa is trying to hand down some knowledge, before
he croaks. Yeah, because he's a big hunter, gatherer type deal. He learned all this stuff. His own son was never really interested in picking it up, so he's hoping that he could pass this on because he only had one child, which is this son that he had borrowed the children from for a weekend cabin trip. So he wants to teach him some of the skills. So he literally said, no cell phones, no iPads, no TV. We're out here in the wilderness. It's 2 days, kids. You can put up with just 2 days without your electronics. But little do they know.
Here we go. Now we're getting into the meat of it.
Let's see. There's what hasn't not been for a while. Why don't we do has there been anything like a Creature of the Black Lagoon type deal thing in a while? Like this specific pond has like
an otherworldly creature.
In it. That's kind of like almost like kind of like a siren, but it's not a siren, which would be just like a female that kind of lures you out with sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because then we can get real creepy with it. Like when they first get there, nothing's going on. But when they take the canoe out to do a little fishing on the smaller pond,
so here's a little song.
A little something under there. They feel a little tug on one of the things, and they go to try to reel in what they thought was a fish.
Mm-hmm.
The granddaughter tries to reel in. I got one, Grandpa, whatever. And then instead, the fucking thing gets ripped right out of her hand, right into the water. And then that's like a little bit of a setup, like about 30 minutes into the film, and then
you're not doing this the way I expected you to.
There'll be a sewer, a little sewer, which they don't see, right? There's like a sewer fucking drop off that's been this is it. That's been dropping sewage into this pond from around the corner that they couldn't actually see. It's kind of buried from all the weeds and shit from over time.
Mm-hmm.
And all this toxic sludge has gone into.
So is this the Toxic Avenger? The Swamp Thing?
No, I don't want to go Swamp Thing. I want it to
because I'm going to tell you, it's neither one of those things.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's not a Swamp Thing?
No. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is.
Okay. Tell me exactly what it is.
So Grandpa had other motives besides just hanging out with his grandkids.
Okay.
See, Grandma died like 10 years ago, and he's been mourning her death, and he's been hearing her voice, her sing-song voice
out at
the pond.
Oh, at the pond. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That was their family trip. They'd always go to the pond. That's where they took their kids, and he wanted to keep the tradition going.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel right when Grandma died, so he had never actually taken the grandkids out there. So this is their first time there.
Okay.
And he wanted to do it before he goes, but he also wanted them to experience something that they didn't get to with their grandmother. But he hears her voice out there whenever he goes fishing.
Is it it's during the day, during the night, at any time?
Anytime.
Okay, anytime. All right.
But particularly at night.
More so at night, okay.
Yeah, so the siren that he's hearing, he thinks is his dead wife.
Like her spirit has somehow stayed around at the cabin area,
yes.
The place that they loved being together at.
Yes, so
okay.
He's out there to be closer to her, and like he wanted his grandkids to feel closer to her as well.
Oh, so this is a double whammy. Not only did he want to spend the time with them, but he also wants to.
Yes.
Because he hears his.
Because he feels like they,
so
that's something they missed out.
Are you trying to allude that he's been out there?
He's been out
alone before?
He's been going out there.
Okay.
Because he hears her voice.
Yeah.
But it ain't her. It's the siren in the pond.
Siren, okay.
Trying to lure him.
Yeah.
And now you can continue.
But, okay, so in this scenario.
I got drama, by the way. I'm making this into a drama.
Okay. So when he's been hearing them, when he's been out at the cabin alone, okay, I just want to clarify this before we move on. Are you saying that he hears it, but he's a little bit leery of it, so he never actually had gone onto the pond or into the pond looking for her? He's he's a little bit of afraid because he feels like it is her, but at the same time, he's not quite sure.
I think, It could be like, because some of his faculties are going away. He doesn't feel comfortable going out on the water alone, and his son won't come out. So he convinced his son to let him get the grandkids because he'll feel he's. So it's a little bit like he's got other motives. Like it's not all, just
I've already figured out what that
with my grandkids.
What that motive is.
He wants them for so he feels comfortable going out there too. So he's somewhat using them.
Yeah, I think he wants the grandchildren to spend some time with his his dead wife, because they didn't get to see him a lot before she died. Hold on,
I have a question. No, this aside. Do you think when your significant other dies, they become your ex?
They are.
That's my living partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be called like a widower. It's just weird. My ex.
All right.
Where's your ex now? Dead. What the children don't know, the grandchildren, is that Grandma had been piling up the bills because she got sick and had some form of cancer or whatever. They couldn't afford to take her to one of those nice fancy cancer hospitals and extend her life. At the same time, he couldn't keep affording it. So she says to him, just kill me. Take me out. I'd rather go that way than, leaving you all this debt and watch this long drawn out, death of my body deteriorating, and you have to watch and experience that. So he didn't think he could bring himself to like putting a pillow over her head because he really loves this woman, or, shooting or something like that. So what he did instead was he took her out in the canoe out into that pond, because he couldn't put a pillow over her head, but he could weigh her down with some bricks.
Oh my God. He
gives her one last kiss, and he pushes her over the side of the canoe. Her body ends up going to the bottom. And that is why, up until this point, he's never gone back onto the pond with the boat, or even so much as to fish or whatever.
But he started hearing her voice out there.
So there's a little bit of a...
Yeah, it's like a love story.
It's like a love story, yeah. All he was doing was trying to do right by her. And
man, what a way to kill her, though.
Yeah.
Bricks, she could have just taken some pills and went to sleep, and then he put her out there.
I mean, if you want to go with, he gave her some pills first to make her sleepy, and then he pushed her over, I'm all right with that.
I think we should make that a little bit of a augment to your story, just because it seems a little more loving.
You don't want it as dark. You want a little edge?
He straps bricks to her legs and she's still alive.
Yeah.
He's like, I love you, honey.
Yeah, well.
But she has to fucking drown, which is one of the worst ways to die.
It might be, but to him, he's thinking, I'm not putting my hands around my wife's throat. I'm not holding a pillow over her while she struggles.
Just give her a bunch of morphine and she'll just go.
No, and this way he can just push her over and he doesn't have to see her. She's just gone.
No, let's go with the morphine, because I'm sure that's the one thing they could afford was morphine, even though they can't get the good cancer to the fancy cancer hospital.
The good cancer, the fancy, expensive. So you're augmenting the story to be he gave her morphine and then pushed her over.
Yeah, she died.
She was already dead.
She's dead, and he just takes her out there.
We still have to put rocks on her.
Well, sure,
keep the body down.
You can have the rocks there,
but little did he know she wasn't actually dead yet. When he pushed her over. Because that's how the spirit becomes vengeance.
So it's
Batman.
her spirit that becomes a siren.
Well, it becomes a supernatural specter, siren creature.
Oh, so he thought she was dead, but she wasn't, and then her soul's all fucked up.
Yeah, so she ends up being pissed at him because she's like,
she's mad.
She's mad because he didn't make sure she was dead before he pushed her over and drowned her ass. So she'd actually woken up during it and struggled and drowned.
What he thought was his ultimate act of mercy and last act of love.
Yeah,
was actually the worst thing she's ever had besides the cancer.
And all she's thinking is, like every other woman, this dumb fucking husband can't do anything right.
I told you. The scissors were in the bottom drawer.
Exactly.
They're not in there, honey. If I find them, you have to run first there and put them in the next drawer up.
Exactly. Yeah.
But even then, she's gonna be like, you couldn't just look at all the drawers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's something.
So she becomes this vengeful. But the thing is, right? You can't tell by watching the film from when she's first introduced that she's in reality doesn't want to hurt the grandchildren at all. She just wants to kill her husband.
Okay.
So at first it looks like she's after them as a whole, right? Mm-hmm. She keeps crawling out of the pond at night or trying to lure her out with voices.
Now, does she look like the girl from The Ring, all like barnacly and
Did you see
gross?
Mama?
Well, yeah.
She kind of looks like that. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Kara did not like that. Kara, what's funny is like the thing that scared Kara the most.
Yeah.
Is when Jaime Lannister, like his twin brother's like fucking ghost or whatever, was pointing and he was all jittery.
Oh,
she doesn't like the jittery.
She doesn't like the jittery stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a big thing.
Mama with like their fingers.
Oh. She
didn't like that either.
It's a lot of like late 90s movies that had a lot of that. A lot of the horror films.
So Grandma looks like Mama.
Grandma looks like Mama, yeah. And unless her hair, because she had longer hair, which does not get pulled back till close to the finale of the film, to where the grandchildren see that it is in fact their grandmother. But because of all the shit in the bottom of the pond and whatnot, it's all like green and black and disgusting. And it parts to where they can actually see her actual face, and they realize that she still loves them. Like there's some softness in her eyes when she looks at them, but there's vengeful stuff to the grandpa. And then Grandpa, I don't think Grandpa even knows. He doesn't know that she was alive and she drowned struggling. To him, he just pushed her over. It's a dead body. He did what was right. Mm-hmm. So you kind of feel bad for him in a way that she's vengeful for him when he thought he did everything right. But like every goddamn husband, you can't do anything.
Can't do anything right.
Can't do anything right. Yeah, so I don't want to. At first, I was like, let's go down the route where the grandchildren have to kill the grandpa to satisfy Grandma. But no, that's too much. But the grandchildren do have to give Grandpa to Grandma.
I think once Grandpa realizes that's his wife.
Oh, you think he softens? And
he gets taken aback and he actually goes to her. And it's exactly what she wants.
Yeah. Does she grab a hold of him and pull him into the water?
Oh, yeah.
Is it off the boat or is it off the shore? I think the shore would be more dramatic.
The shore, yeah.
And, let's go with the shore, and ends up drowning him into the thing.
That way it's still like somewhat like a poetic, lovey thing because
and there's no struggle from him because he just goes with it. He just goes with it. Yeah. And the grandchildren.
After all the horror that they go through and the terror, it ends with just like this, them both just going into the water.
Yeah.
And then the grandkids
make s'mores.
The grandkids get stuck in this cabin by themselves because they can't fucking drive and they don't know how to get anywhere.
And that's where it ends. Them going, like, what do we do? We have no food. We barely know how to hunt for ourselves. His grandpa only spent a day trying to show us shit. Mm-hmm. And then you don't even know what happened. And I like those movies where it cuts you off. You're like, but
what happened to the kids?
What happened to the kids?
Didn't Grandma love the kids?
Yeah.
But once her act of vengeance was complete,
she dissipates everything. Yeah.
Her spirit is free.
She's satisfied. And the kids don't want to eat anything out of the pond anyway because, dead bodies.
Your grandpa just went in there to die.
And your grandpa, yeah, exactly. All the feces you have to deal with.
And grandpas, a lot of times they smell. Old people smell. I don't mean to be mean, but I mean, we all know, like, you're dying. You start to smell like decay.
You do. And please, next time, wait till I get the drink down my throat.
Sorry.
This man has too many times throughout our relationship made me nose whatever I was currently drinking. But yeah, I think I like this idea. When do we start shooting? And we're gonna need some old people.
Well, do you know any old people that can act or move properly? I don't.
No, I don't.
Let's just me and you do it. I'll be the wife.
Oh, great.
I'll be the specter
who gets to forcefully drown me at the. Well, I'm coming with you though.
No, like you're. I get to terrorize.
I get to feel loved at the very end.
Yeah,
feeling your embrace before you.
We'll just get you all makeuped up to look older,
which is gonna be real hard.
I'll give you some extra wrinkles.
Yeah, just a few. I don't need many.
Put Jason to work on some special effects makeup.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know who these little grandkids are going to be.
Can they be much older?
Just make them your kids.
Just make them my kids.
Who can obviously drive and like young adults. Spend some time with Grandpa.
Makes it even more ridiculous. Yeah, 23-year-old and an 18-year-old. Yeah.
Well, actually, that could be a fun commentary on the youth today because they weren't allowed to bring their cell phones, so they don't know how to fucking survive in the world.
That is true. No, I don't think either of my children do know how to survive without their phones.
And the car is a stick, and they don't know how to drive it.
Yeah, no, neither of them. No, I wanted to get Sydney a stick. And Claire's like, nah. I'm like, they need to know how to drive these vehicles.
There's like secondary commentary in this film, and I like that.
Yeah, I think that's
now that we would cast it with the only people that we know we could cast.
Us and my kids.
Us and your kids.
Yeah,
we're doing it like old school, where the men will play the parts of women. Like I'm gonna be grandma.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be.
Throw a wig on me and like a full length gown.
It'll be very controversial.
I'll crawl out of a body of water.
Yeah,
it'll be controversial.
It'll be controversial because you're a male playing a female character. Why couldn't you just cast a female character? That's what they'll say.
Because it'll be such a big film in front of such a large audience.
That's what I'm saying. It will. One day, one of these fucking ideas we have are just going to hit.
They will go viral.
Viral, yeah. Like our force poo.
The force poo. Yes, I'm sure people are loving these silly videos that you thought of.
Got more coming next week.
I don't even know how many years ago.
Oh, it was a while ago. Like, I want to say...
It was at least pre-COVID.
Three or four, yeah.
Well, definitely, because it was pre-COVID.
Yeah, it was pre-COVID. Or was it just at the beginning? No, it was pre-COVID.
No, it was pre.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody. We stopped the podcast entirely.
You didn't want me anywhere near you. You figured I was diseased.
And yet, we have both been untouched.
Yeah. We're still perfect in every way. Watch us go home and get it immediately after this.
So if you've got COVID and want to try to give us COVID, like and subscribe.
I like that idea. We'll let you give it to us.
Yeah. We'll do anything for views and likes. I think that was a fun little exercise.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty solid idea.
Yeah. So if you want to see this movie, drop a comment and let us know.
And then where we should start up our GoFundMe page.
Yeah, would you fund us?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
You think that's good enough for a little outing?
I think I liked it. This was kind of a nice little setup for us for this.
Yeah.
We look very woodsy.
Woodsy. All right. Well, we'll see you next time. And until then, go watch Mike's force poo. It's in our YouTube shorts. Yeah. Just go to our channel.
More coming.
Look at more's coming.
About force.
Fortunately or not, not fortunately, it's you'll get it.
Yeah, you're gonna yeah. Especially the next one. All right.
Bye.
Bye.